Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Double Stuff Podcast, where we're double the hosts, double the topics, and double the fun. And I'm Alan.
I'm Charity.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Dan.
Very good.
Lame sauce.
Did you see the uncertainty in his face? Like,
Well, thank you for joining us.
I'm not
We're
doing this anymore.
reintroducing ourselves to you, our listeners, and also viewers. What we're doing is a series of icebreakers and just having fun, giving you guys a chance to get to know us a little bit better. And what we're doing is rapid fire questions with rapid fire answers that tend to linger a little bit longer than perhaps they should.
that's what we do best.
That's right. So we're going to start off with me asking Charity.
Okay.
Charity, if you were a musical instrument, what would you be?
Ooh, a harp.
Ooh.
A harp?
Yeah.
That means you're graceful and
Well, dang. Tell me how you really feel, Sarah. She is going to come right in with the contradiction.
So
Charity's a kazoo. That's what she is.
I don't know if so why would you choose harp?
Okay, so the reason why I thought that is because I think a Jack and the Beanstalk and like the harp was like one of the treasure items he wanted because it sang and it was so beautiful or something.
Lull the giant to sleep.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, that's the first thing I thought of. So since it's a rapid fire question, that's the answer I thought of. I thought of Jack and the Beanstalk first.
Okay.
So
That's
Wow,
interesting.
nice.
I mean, it's one of the most difficult instruments to learn.
Well, it's
I
the
think,
skeleton
isn't
of a piano, so that would be very difficult.
But it's so, like, you can't listen to a harp and be grumpy. Like, it's just one
That's
of those,
true.
like, it just makes you feel happy and peaceful and angelic and floaty. And
Have they ever put some sort of like a electronic pickup to a harp? Because one of the things that I see
A
them in
rock harp?
symphonies, and I'm
Ooh.
like, I never hear the harp
No.
ever. I mean, they're part of the strings, but I never
Except for
hear
during
them.
the harp solo.
Except for those solos.
Except for that, yeah.
Not only that, but the poor harpist, how they have to transport their harp, it seems like a challenge.
Yeah.
Because you have to have like a van or
Oh, yeah.
something.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't
can't
look
hold it.
Yeah, it's like you can't disassemble it. It's just there.
It's like
just there.
or the stand-up bass or the cello. I mean, all that stuff is hard to lug around, I would imagine.
Yeah.
they're used to it, though. I've offered to help a couple times. She's like, I
Don't
got
touch it.
I never got used to I didn't have like a big instrument like that, but I played a bass saxophone, like a bari sax.
Oh, okay.
And, I was in high school at the time or whatever,
Yeah.
but we had a luggage cart, and I used to put it on there to walk it to school because I didn't want to carry it.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty smart idea. To
I
be
had the
honest.
most awkward. I mean, I had the French horn, and it was
I had
awkward
French
to carry.
That's right. Yeah, they both
Yeah.
play French. Yeah.
Because it's kind of thin, but if you take long strides, your leg bounces into
Yeah, and it's a bit like
Yeah.
front heavy.
It's all
too.
wonky.
Yeah. I used
Yeah.
to carry mine backwards, actually. Did you ever do that?
It didn't matter.
With the bell in the back?
You
I
hit
had to
the
take
back
like
of your leg.
I had to take like little like shuffle steps like wherever I went because whenever or I'd have to hold it up past the gate of my walk and then I looked either way anyway it just
Hold it over your head and jog.
that's what I should have I pretend I was like a boombox.
That's right.
You just look longingly at the flutes like you stupid flute players and your light instruments.
Piccolos, get out of
See
here.
that's why I enjoyed about
Beat it.
that's
You're
why
bothering me.
that's why I enjoy about the trumpet. It's just a rectangular case you keep it in. You know, for them unless you have like those special. They have those big trumpets they're very short, but they have a big bell. I forgot what they're
Cornets?
called. Not quite a cornet. I know it has another name, but it looks like someone took
Bugle?
someone took a trumpet and smashed it, but kept the
The
bell.
Sazzlehorn?
That sounds like
Snoozle
something
Foos?
from Dr.
Okay, I was like,
That's
he's Dr.
definitely something
Seuss.
from Dr. Seuss.
Seuss Zither Kaze.
Or something like in Willy Wonka's factory that you lick on the wall.
Snozzberry.
The snoozlefuss sounds like a snoozlefuss.
Yeah, well, like, what instrument you be? Oh, a snozzberry.
All right.
That's my favorite ice cream.
Sarah,
A question.
question for you.
Okay.
Very quickly, tell me your favorite sound.
My favorite sound?
Sound of my own voice.
Oh, well, what can I say?
Sound of one hand clapping.
You know what's weird? I actually like the sound of computer keyboards. I like the sound of typing.
Clickety clacks.
Yeah, I like,
The gamer keyboards have a nice sound.
yeah.
We
it's
have one of
just,
those at work.
because, you're typing all the time, I just like, some of the buttons have a nice sound. So I just like the sound of typing. It's kind of an interesting thing. I never was really like that until, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. And I've been typing for many
I think it's older
years,
than
but
that. I remember you talking about that in high school.
Maybe it was high
We had
school.
those because the old computers that they had in the computer lab at school, those
Yeah.
old Windows, those boxy ones,
Those big
had the
white
big
ones.
old.
Oh, like the old Chiron keyboard.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like a hybrid of a computer and a typewriter because they were still kind of figuring that thing out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the sounds of. I like the sound of my typing on a computer. Sometimes other people do it; it kind of irks me. But like my typing on
Dang, I'm
various
sitting right here.
I hate the sound of Alan typing.
Alan typing, like oh my gosh, you ever heard that? So yeah, that's a weird question for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, your turn to ask a question.
Okay, Dan, I'll ask you one.
Yes.
I think I already know the answer to it since you own one. Are you more of a dog person or a cat person?
You know, I would say I'm more a cat person because I've always owned cats, but I like cats that act like dogs, so I'm probably more of a dog person at heart.
So I like cats to play fetch.
I do my cat comes and meets me at the door when I get home.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
sweet.
cute.
And we're like
Ringo?
playing. So, yeah, Ringo.
Aw.
Yep. So like I said, probably a cat person though.
Like a cat that nubs me.
And it doesn't scratch
And
you
cuddles
whenever.
with me at 5:30 in the morning.
I think I've always preferred cats to dogs just because maybe a little bit. I was gonna say they're more low maintenance, but I guess cats and dogs. I mean, either pets period are pretty high maintenance because you got to take care of them in different ways. But
Yeah.
maybe just an attitude. Maybe I
dog-
prefer cats in that
Our
way.
dog was going after a neighborhood cat. It's just a neighborhood stray, and I'm okay with that. But whenever we're on like a walk or something, like my dog will all of a sudden go to a bush, and I know that the cat's somewhere in the bush, and I'm like, leave it alone. You don't want to mess with that cat.
That cat's a street cat. He'll
Yeah.
turn.
But
It's like fuck cat.
yeah, a few nights ago, apparently it had wandered into our yard, and Bez was just going bananas, and then like came back in the house like all excited, like, did you see it? Did you see how I took care of that cat? Did you see it? I'm like, yeah, good girl, get out of here, you cat.
I guarded the house, Dad.
Yeah,
You
you
see?
see that?
I'm
I
a good
did it.
dog. Where's my treat?
Yeah.
Who's next on the?
It's my turn, and I'll just
there we
continue
go.
the circle there. Alan,
Yeah.
who's one of your favorite writers?
Ooh, well, man, okay.
It's a hard question.
It is a hard question.
Rapid fire. You got to pick the
Okay.
first one.
First one off the top of my head, Dietrich Bonhoeffer, which was a German minister. I love his work. I think for being a minister and for somebody who professes to talk about in his one of his books, The Cost of Discipleship, he talks about what it actually means to be a disciple of Christ, and then he actually walked the walk and died in a German death camp, and he was hung 2 days before the camp was liberated.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
So anyway, that's the first one. But I have been reading a lot of Jordan Peterson lately, and he's an interesting and polarizing figure as well. But anyway, so all-time favorite, probably Bonhoeffer.
Okay. Nice.
Is it just the way he writes, or the way he like
No, like I
visualizes
said,
and stuff? Or?
because it's one thing and we had your brother-in-law on before,
Yeah.
the philosopher. It's one thing to study philosophy, talk about philosophy, or even develop a philosophy or further a philosophy, and then actually live it and
Live it
actually walk what it is that you believe to be what is the truth or what is right. And he's the only one that I can think of in of course you can go all the way back to Socrates, but as far as in the century that I was born in, he was the closest thing that I can think of as one, an actual martyr, and two, actually believed in what it was his philosophy was and didn't abandon it when he was faced with suffering and eventual destruction. And I think that that's very admirable. Yeah. And that's really deep for this podcast.
I think it's super deep. My answer was Stephen King. So
That's right. All right, so Charity,
Yeah.
you would like to learn how to finish the sentence.
you would like to learn how to.
Wait.
Okay.
Oh. So I was
Okay.
like, I wanna
Okay,
learn
hold on. Let's start. Okay. All right. So, Charity, what would you like to learn how to do?
Sorry. Okay.
might just leave all that
I was like so confused. I was like, how did
in.
you
Went
learn how
from
to
something
finish
deep to Alan can't complete a sentence.
Okay. Should I just go ahead and answer? Or do we
Go for it. I think it's
a
in
mess
there
at this
now.
point.
I think it's in there now.
Okay, I would like. Is this? Let's see. I would like to learn how to dance.
Oh,
say
okay.
that. Yeah.
Any particular style of dance?
I don't know. Like in general, okay. If anyone knows me, they should be shocked right now because I hate dancing. I hate like wedding receptions where you have to dance. Like
Really?
Yeah. Just
One of us. One of us.
I love dancing.
like-
I hate dancing.
at any wedding reception, and if my friend Lizzie's listening, I went to her wedding a couple months ago.
Did you dance?
No. I was on the stage for like 10 seconds and I got off like a cat getting away from water. Like I just,
Do you feel like all eyes are on you?
it feels weird. I don't know how to dance. I don't know what to do when the music starts. And I think like I'm not a physical touch person. So having to dance close to somebody just weirds me out. And there's nothing comfortable about dancing. But anytime I watch Dancing with the Stars or, you know, So You Think You Can, or whatever, I'm just like, man, I want to learn how to do the foxtrot now or whatever. I probably will never do this, but I also love like watching the river dancing, the Irish dancing. I just find that
Oh, that's right. You've
fascinating.
talked about that in the past.
Yeah. I love Celtic music and, you know, all of that. And I just think it's so cool whenever I see like a long line of people just dancing away. So I think someday, we'll see. I would like to learn how to dance, but at the moment I still hate it. And
Don't
I
give
find it
up.
horrible.
Yeah.
Hate it with me. I hate dancing.
No.
Because I have no rhythm.
No.
I mean, I root for John Lithgow in Footloose. Kevin Bacon is the villain of that movie.
See, I just got finished doing a tap dancing performance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
last
you
weekend.
and Christy, my other sister, they both dance. Actually, I think my little sister.
Chrissy does more hip hop.
She's going to be
kinda.
teaching a kids dance class
Oh,
and doing
cool.
choreography and stuff, which I think it's really cool. Now, I will say I've done like Zumba class and like a little bit of jazz and just stuff for fun at college, and I catch on very quickly. So if you tell me what to do, I can probably repeat it back to you very well.
But
if
you don't let the music move.
no,
you.
absolutely not. I'm.
don't
You, know,
groove
you
to
guys
it.
seen Hitch where he's just
That's
like,
what I
"Stay
was just
right
thinking.
here."
That's me,
Yeah.
except I can't do that either.
Kevin James going all over.
No, I can't do that either. No, I got this. Like it's just the upper body. It's just like this, you know. Like I always wanted to play drums, but I can't move my feet and my arms at the same time. So it's just
Playing
like it just
drums
ends
is
up being like
difficult,
this.
too. I
you know?
tried that. Yeah, yeah. So if we ever find ourselves at a wedding, we will sit at the same table and just keep each other.
Wallflowers.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, like just doing on the spot. I
Just
can't
be watching
dance
out.
either. I have to be
Damn, Charity,
choreographed.
come on, it's fun. Come on.
Where'd they go?
Sarah's tap dancing.
No,
I'm grooving.
Like I'm sorry, I can't hear you from the bar.
No, the thing is, I can dance if choreographed, but just doing on the spot, I just sway.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't.
I might do a little bob
I'm
or
not gonna
whatever, but that's
freestyle.
about
I got about
it.
3 good sways, and I'm like, what was that rhythm again?
Was it 1-2? Was it 2-2-1?
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna ask a question, Sarah. Now you're gonna have to answer this quickly, and it's about a movie, so be prepared. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Tell me your favorite scene in a film. Go.
Ooh, my favorite scene in a film.
Don't think. Tell me. Tell me.
Okay, there's a random scene in the Marx Brothers, and they're talking about left-handed moths ate the painting, and and they're trying to.
That's the scene you picked. I love it. I love it.
They're trying to figure out who stole this painting, and somehow through the kind of like what we do with our conversations, it goes into left field, and they're like, well, maybe moths did it. And they're like, well, the painter is probably left-handed. Left-handed moths stole the painting. So that was from a Marx Brothers movie, Animal Crackers, I think.
Okay.
And then that's the same one where it's art is art and water is water and east
your
is
favorite
east
quote.
and west is west. And if you take cranberries and stew them like applesauce, it tastes much more like prunes and rhubarb does. So that,
Believe it or not, she says that quote a lot.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I did.
think I've heard it
I did do this in another podcast like 3 or 4 seasons back. So
There you
it's
go.
nice to revisit.
You know, it's so funny. I didn't think I could. When you asked that question and you were sitting there like, you answered it so quickly. I didn't think I could for like, and then I realized, oh no, I do have a favorite scene. So like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
what's
What will
yours?
yours be?
The end of Doctor Strangelove.
Oh,
where they're
yeah.
all arguing in the war
Oh.
Yeah.
in the war room, and Peter Sellers stands up.
That's That's pretty good.
I think that's hilarious.
It is
That
funny.
just cracks me
Oh,
up
I
every time.
haven't watched Dr. Strangelove in a while. I need to revisit that movie too. Yeah, you can't fight in here. This is the war room. Yeah. Is it my turn for a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and this will be for Alan.
Yay.
Okay, what do you prefer, the city or the country?
City. Absolutely city. I like to visit the country. I like to spend time in the country, but I like to live in the city.
Yeah, so like straight up
Well, and you're
skyscrapers
California
and
boy, so you definitely do you miss
Yeah.
that?
You know, yeah, there's times, but I mean,
Well, it's
it's
expensive out there right now.
It
You
is
want to pay
expensive.
$6 a gallon for gas.
no, $7.
Oh, is it $7 now?
It's at $7 now.
Oh
Jeez
god.
Yeah.
Louise.
$7.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's
That
pretty
is bad.
But yeah, I've always, I mean, I'm a Boy Scout as well. So, I mean, I've spent time out camping and I still enjoy hiking and going out. But anything past a couple of days and I'm ready to go back to where I live.
Civilization.
Civilization. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the country. Well, I know. Well, Dan, you're more. Did you grow up more in the country area?
I grew up in a very rural town, but I grew
Yeah.
up in the town.
In the town.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to
So
remember,
you got
like.
Walmart and everything.
No.
No, barely.
No,
Yeah.
our Walmart was like 20 miles away.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Just had
Yeah.
a Dollar General.
We did have a Dollar General until it closed. We had a
Yeah.
Dillon's. Yeah, but it
Until
was
they closed.
I was so my wife lived out in the actual country. So like to her, I am city.
Oh, okay.
To me, I am very much not city.
Yeah.
She was like,
Yeah.
gonna marry me a city boy. Way over in that area. Now, admittedly, I guess I probably prefer, I don't know, is there like a happy medium? I guess it's
happy
more like
medium is a
suburbs.
suburb.
It's called a suburb. Yeah.
Yeah,
Suburbs.
because I don't know, I don't think I'm not used to straight up country life.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I've lived in downtown metropolis in San Francisco, which was fun. I've lived in outskirts of San Francisco. I've lived in a capital city. I've lived in Topeka. I've lived now in a suburb in Bel Air, just outside of Wichita. I'm pretty comfortable in anywhere, but yeah, living in the country, I would not be comfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could live straight up in the city either. Like what you say, you're like smack dab in the heart. I don't know. I guess I'm not used to that kind of that either.
I mean, my apartment was 1 block away from a hospital, and so there were ambulance and sirens going off all the time. And I thought that I wouldn't get comfortable with that, but I'd sleep so soundly with
I guess
that.
you learn to tune it out. Yeah.
Oh, I never could. I've changed. I used to be all city, and now like what I would give to like live in the country would be amazing. Because we used to live downtown here in Wichita in like
Yeah.
the Garvey Center, and never got used to the sound of like the trash trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
I like the city amenities and the things that you can do in the city.
Right.
Yeah.
But I want the isolation of the country for like the majority of the time.
Yeah, I just think that's creepy. Like, I'd feel like you would get murdered. Maybe I watched too
You watch too many of those movies and TV
well, that
shows.
or like
yeah.
if something happened, it would take a long time for help to come.
That is true. That does happen.
Or it goes outside of their
jurisdiction or whatever.
their city line. It's like, oh well, an ambulance is only going to go this far. So even if your house is on that next corner, sorry, I know you're dying, but we are not allowed to go past this line. So good luck with your chopped off leg.
with your endeavors.
Dan,
yes.
between texting and calling, which do you prefer to communicate?
Texting.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's 100%. I never even liked talking when before texting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, an option.
Yeah, no, I'm
Just
like,
leave it quick, yeah.
you know, when I was younger, it was like, okay, smoke signals is fine. You can give me that. and
Semaphore.
then like, even when texting was like T9, I'm like, worth it. I'll just hit that like S button 4 times. I don't care.
Yeah.
So no, texting.
I wish texting was around when I was younger because I
Yeah.
remember the times where my mom would make me call my teacher in the evening if I had questions about homework.
Oh, yeah.
And it would be like 8 o'clock, and I'm still trying to figure out math because math was not my subject. She's like, just call Miss Thompson. It's fine. I'm like, I don't want to call her. And I would call her, and no teacher wants their
No,
student to
they
call
Oh, so
them.
you
don't.
called
Yeah.
your teacher?
No.
No, we did that too.
My mom was very big on calling your teacher. If you need
Yeah.
help. And, I
yep.
wish I had texting back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a crippling fear of calling people, even as a kid.
Yeah.
I had to overcome it when I became a secretary.
I was gonna say, yeah, I worked in a call center, so I had to get over that real quick
So
too.
it's like that's like your job is to call. So I think my first
Your
couple
goal was to get off as quickly as possible. Okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah, no, it's true because now I will say talking to people is okay. Leaving voice messages, I hated.
Yeah.
Because you start like, this is Sarah from
I would
Who am I? Who are you?
and then I remember a couple times I left the wrong phone number and I'm like, or you can call us at. Or there was
That's my personal phone. Don't call that.
I did that one time because I was, and everything else I gave the 1-800 number, blah, blah, blah. I remember one time I left my actual cell number and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what did I just do? And I'm like, or you can call us at our 1-800 number. And I had never done that. I'm like, how the heck did I give them my cell number?
People don't listen to voicemails anyway, so it's not like they got
that's why I was like, well, maybe they didn't listen.
I even read my voicemails now that they transcribe them. I'll just like click on the button and be like, transcribe my. I don't want to listen to this.
Yeah.
I can't understand people. No, every time my phone rings, I'm just like, what fresh hell is this? Thankfully, it's like scam likely, and I'm just like, ignore.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Likely makes his way around many people.
Even before they did the scam likely, because my prefix is still San Francisco, anything California or San Francisco, that isn't in my contact.
Oh, yeah.
I just know is a scam call.
Absolutely, and it's even worse with a home phone now because like I have a home phone for like work, and all of my work colleagues and everybody else is outside of Kansas. So anytime I get a Kansas area code, I'm like, nope, not even bothering with it.
It's nobody I know.
No, yeah.
So I've gotten better calling to talk to people, but I still don't like sending voicemails. I still prefer texting, but I've gotten better at just, if I have to call someone, then I'll do it, and then I hang up on them and I do, that's kind of what I do. I have to get that little grunt out.
Yeah. Well, let's hang up on it real quick.
Yeah.
This is the end of the podcast. Bye. Well, thank you everybody for listening to us and these icebreakers, and hopefully you've enjoyed getting to know us a little bit better.
Yes.
If you'd like to know us even better, you could binge all of our old shows, and Sarah's going to let you know where you can find us.
Thanks, Alan. If you want to binge listen to all of our episodes, like you said, just go to doublestuffpod.com. They're all there. All of our newest episodes are all the different podcast platforms. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter at Double Stuff P, and that's the letter P.
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 We're singing pee.
I don't know.
That was
So sloppy. Sloppy.
And